What is going on YouTube? This is Nick with Hilltoptcg back again with another video. And today, guys, we're going to see if we made money submitting cards to PSA. What is going on, Hilltoptcg family? Guys, that's right. Today I have 54 cards back from PSA that we have graded, and I am going to do a complete overhaul financial result and see if we made money submitting these cards to PSA. PSA is the 100% leading market share on graded cards. So many people are sending cards off to PSA that a lot of people say it's not worth grading cards anymore because there's such a high population of cards now being graded that it's just not worth it. There's not a, like, between the raw card price and the PSA 10 card price, it's just not worth it. Well, I'm going to test that out today. I mean, PSA does grade a lot of cards. I think last year in 2023 they had over 13 million cards graded. PSA has a massive market share. I think it was like 78% of all cards submitted to be graded was through PSA. Everything else was through CGC, Beckett, etc. So 78%. That was in 2023. So I could safely see, man, PSA being over 20 million cards graded this year for 2024. We'll see when their financial results come out. But that is a lot of cards being graded. But I am a firm believer that you can still make money grading cards. So we're going to see if I did today. I kind of know if I did or didn't because I've spreadsheeted all this out. Have not seen the slabs yet in person, but I've went through the list that they gave to me and I've quantified things out that we'll go over at the end of this video. But let's get onto this board and let's take a look at this beautiful, beautiful packaging. I mean, this is incredible. I love how they display this, how they take care of the slabs. But again, this is 54 slabs today, guys. This is the first grading that I have been not super strict on what I've sent off. So usually, when I send cards off, like, I am really disappointed if it doesn't get a 10. This time, I just grabbed a bunch of cards and I said, let's kind of see how it rolls. Like, this looks good enough. Let's see. So this is the first time I've been pretty laid back and lenient on what I've sent off. There's some that I'm pretty confident in, and there's some that I know is probably not going to get a 10, but you know what? We can still make money. So I have these guys right here, and then I have another small box that I think has 4 or 5 cards in it. Again, I have not seen the slabs in person. I have seen the grades, and I have an Excel file, again, that we're going to go over at the end to see if I made money. I'll put prices up here on some of the bigger cards on screen just so we can go over them throughout the video, but we'll save this one towards the end, and let's just start plowing through these stacks here. So, why am I doing this? Kind of like I mentioned, a lot of people have been kind of talking smack on grading cards lately. And I still think it's worth it, right? Like, obviously the market on, ooh, hey, there's a little teaser for you. The market on this is definitely more saturated. A lot of people are grading cards. They finally realized you can make money grading cards, but that still doesn't mean you can't make money, like, because all the people are sending off cards. Because not all the cards are 10s, not all the cards are high grades. If you're smart about what you send off, I think you still have a very good result here. So we got 54 cards to review today, guys. Let's take a look at these 4 first, since they're all in the way. So this might be a little bit of a longer video. Enjoy what we're finding here. I'll try to put as many prices up on the screen as I can. And again, reminder, at the end, we're going to go over how I did on this submission batch to see if we made money. So first card, ooh, Vaporeon GX in an 8. So like I said, I mean, that card's really well centered, but an 8. Oh, this is the the second card, and this is the card that's like really truly saved this batch. So this card got a 9, first edition Umbreon from Neo Discovery. We'll go over financials in this, but in this card in a 10, it is over $6,000. So we didn't quite meet that mark, but this card was so clean. I might consider regrading that. The centering just isn't ultimately perfect, but I don't know. I might regrade that one. We'll see. Wow, that was the card I was waiting to see, and it was the second card in. Ooh, this one I'm really disappointed in. Tag Team, Selby and Venusaur in an 8. I was really confident in that one, so I was surprised on that one. Steven's Resolve out of Celestial Storm and an 8. So nothing good yet, guys. Nothing good on this submission yet besides this beautiful Umbreon. Everything's been 9s or 8s. This 9, though, is incredible. I'm going to leave that Umbreon right there just to bring us the good luck here. All right, so Hidden Fates. These are always kind of a really good shoe-in. You're not going to have a massive return on them, but they're really easy to grade. Oof. Charizard, non-holo, Dark Charizard, first ed in a 5. In a 5. We'll see if we still made money on that one. Shiny Noctowl in an 8. Not first ed. Love that shining. Ooh, look at that. We got the Ancient Mew. Oh, in a 10. I think this is a really hard card to get in a 10. That is sexy looking. All right, that's one of my faves I'm going to keep aside. We're going to keep some of my faves aside here. Articuno, first ed in a 7. I mean, WotC era stuff. I mean, if you get an 8, you're doing really good. Oh, this one I was really disappointed in too. Venusaur EX from Fire Red Leaf Green in a 9. I was so sure this card was going to get a 10. Like, so sure. Maybe it's just the older era of cards they're a little more strict on. But man, that card, oof, really disappointed in that one. Greninja in a 9, Hidden Fates. Again, Hidden Fates, hey, there's a 10. Your margins aren't going to be as crazy on your return, but Hidden Fates is a pretty good bet most of the time. If you have well centering on the black little edging, you got a good idea for 10. Look at that, there we go. Gold Palkia in 10, so we like the 10 there. I should split them out here in 10s and 9s and stuff. Flareon in a 9. I mean, that one's always worth trying. These cards are so beat up, so dinged in the corners. If you get a 10 in these promos, you have a very high margin because they're so hard to get in a 10. Electro, that's a fun one to get in a 10. I love the boy Electro. Well, like, really good centering. Not going to be making a ton of money off a 10 there, but super fun card to get in a 10. All right. Next little batch here. Reminder, guys, the Blastoise. Love this card. I really wish that would have got a 10. This would have been for my own PC if it would have hit a 10. We are going over the financial results of these slabs and the returns. There's not a ton of 10s yet, guys. Hey, that's a big one. That was one of the ones. That's a 10. That one I really wanted to get a 10. Figured it would, and that one did well. Again, ooh, an 8 there. So we're seeing a lot of 8s and 9s, guys. PSA, I think, has changed up their grading process a little bit, making it a little bit more strict, a little bit more hard. A lot of people are saying, there's the, speculation out there. I mean, right here, getting a lot of 9s and 8s. So we're going to see at the end, are these 9s and 8s even worth grading? Am I still making a return on these cards versus the raw card price? Gardevoir in a 10. Finally got a 10 there. That's out of Hidden Fates. Altaria in a 9. Goodness gracious. We're getting plagued with 9s right here. Ooh, that's a big one. Mew VMAX from Fusion Strike in a 10. That is a big one. Okay. Oh, that's massive. Starmie V Trainer Gallery Astral Radiance in a 10. This card is so hard to get a 10. That is a fantastic one. And oh, Rayquaza VMAX from Evolving Skies in a 10. Wow. Yep, that's a dub right there. I remember that one. I was looking for that one. I forgot that I got the Starmie V in a 10 though. All right, so we're about halfway done right here, guys. Again, hey, I'm going to tell you to do it right now. I might forget to do the graphic, but hey, for this Darkrai right here, hey, don't forget to like this video, smash that subscribe button, click the little bell to get notified each time I do post a video, guys. All that goes such a long way. It means a bunch. And for heaven's sakes, we hit 25K, guys. I mean, I can't believe it. We're on the road to 30K already. So if you haven't subscribed, do that for us. Help us to get to 30K that much faster. It goes a long way. Means a lot, guys. All right, let's get back to these reveals here. Oh, that's really disappointing. I think it's our first 7. I think we either got 8s, 9s, or 10s. That's our first 7. That's okay, I guess. Gall. All of these Celestial Storm team-up era stuff. Sabrina is in an 8. That's a tough one, man. They're hard. Hey, Giovanni Schema in a 9, I guess. Man, there's been... Ooh, there we go. That's a good one. The 10s have been really hard to come by. That 10's super sweet there. Move these off screen just real quick so I don't have a massive stack fall over. There's an 8. So we got a 10 and then we got an 8. We'll take that. Bill's mate in it. Man, these Celestial Storm ones in an 8. Disappointing there. Apricorn Maker. We got a little 10 right there. That's flat. I guess we'll take a 10 in that Apricorn Maker. Any kind of 10 is a 10. Skyla in a 10. That's a big one. Okay. I appreciate that one. Nessa in a 10 from Vivid Voltage. We'll take that. Ooh, there's a big one. Charizard V in a 10. Okay. That one goes into the I want to show off later pile. Hey. Wow, I'm surprised this one got a 10. Look at the left side versus the right side. I mean, wow, I will take a 10 in that all day. Everything else must have been super perfect on that to get a 10. A 10's a 10. I will take that in the gold Giratina, and then let's go. We're on a 10 streak. The Dragonite V from Evolving Skies. That one's going in the I need to show off pile as well. All right, guys, we're on to our last stack, and then we're going to do that financial review of how this batch did. Dragonite V in a 10. We're on a roll. Ooh, Gardevoir in a 9. So this is out of the Generation set, guys. This one is really hard to grade. This set was just plagued with dings and dents in the back. I will take a 9 in that one. Still probably worth a decent amount in a 9. Oh, a 9 there. So this is one of the ones where you kind of got to take a chance. This Lugie's like a $3 card. But if you get it in a 10, because they're so hard to grade, it's like a $200 card. So cards like that you want to keep an eye out for. It doesn't cost you a lot to buy the card, and if you get a 10, same thing with this one. I think it's like a $10 card, and in a 10, it's like $200. So not there, we got an 8 on it. It's whatever. This one's for my own PC. I love this card. This is actually probably a decent return on this too. We got the Alolan Executor in a 10 from the SV7 on there. Love that one. Oh, this one hurts my heart, guys. This one, I don't know if I want to regrade. We got this card in, and it was so clean. The centering on the front is impeccable. We got a 9. This is one of the cards like the Umbreon that if this regrades, I think it's worth over like $3,000 in a 10. The only thing that you can see is the top is a little thicker than the bottom. So I think that's ding on the 60-40 mix. The front, though, is not like that. I don't know. This card in a 9 is still worth a lot of money, but in a 10, my goodness, it is outstandingly expensive. Rayquaza in a 6, I think that's our lowest grade so far. Again, some of these cards I just grabbed because I'm like, you know what? It's got a chance. There's probably some surface issues. I didn't take a too big of a close look on them, and that's probably why I dinged it down to a 6 and an 8 on those. Kingdra from the promo from Shrouded Fable in a 9. Hey, there we go. That's the one you want to get in a 10. The Greninja promo in a 10. That is a great one. And I think there's one more. Yeah, I remember seeing 2 of them. Another 10 in that one. So those are, the Greninja's the one you want to get. Love Kingdra, but the Greninja's the one everybody wants. Arceus in a 7. These Platinum cards, I mean, you really hard to grade. If you get a high grade, worth a lot of money. High ceiling. And then the Sabrina's Gengar non-holo in a 7. That is disappointing, but you know what? I mean, it's 7's a 7. So there you go, guys. I mean, there was a quick little overview of the 54 cards that I got back. I mean, so these are the big ones that I want to show off to you guys. I probably can't get them all on the board. These are my highlights before we get onto our Excel spreadsheet here to see if I made money and to see if it was worth it. So, I mean, look at this. I mean, just this board, probably right here, if we take a look at the spreadsheet here in a second, these are probably the cards that made a bunch of money for this submission, right? I honestly don't even know. I haven't filtered it too much. We're going to do that right now, like I said. But you don't have to get every single card in a good grade to make money on the batch. You're going to have some that lose. You're going to have some that break even, and then you're going to have ones that win. You got to submit a decent amount to get a result like this. It just is what it is, right, guys? So we'll kind of take a mental screenshot of these, and we'll see which ones stand out on this Excel file. So let's go over to our Excel sheet right here. And as you can see, there are a lot of red. There's a lot of red over here in column G, which means I lost money, okay? There are a few cards. I have a blacked out down here to see if we made money all said and done. So basically I have the raw card price over here, and then I have the graded price, the cost of grading, which there's some that are in orange. They are now upcharging you for cards that are worth or graded way more than what the final value fee is, which is a good thing, right? They're charging you probably double price. They charged me $50 on a couple of them, but I more than doubled my value on the card. So they're taking their piece of the pie. It is what it is. But profit is basically the graded card price minus the cost and minus the raw card price that I purchased this for. In reality, the raw card price is the market price, and I paid less than the market price for most of these because we own a business. We're not paying market card price for a lot of cards. We're paying less than that. So the return's probably even greater than what I'm going to show you if I made a return. But that's just the math behind it. So what I want to do here is I'm going to filter this real quick and just see which ones we made the most money on, okay? So we have the right here we have the very top one is an Umbreon, the Umbreon Hollow. So that is the first edition one that I showed you right here that I made $800 on. $800 or a 59.26 return. That is absolutely crazy. So let's just go down this list real quick. So we got the Fire Red Leaf Green on the Venusaur. Then the next one is the Evolving Skies. Rayquaza, Japanese, Ancient Mew, have that one down here. Ancient Origins, Rayquaza, yep. Dragonite from Evolving Skies, yep, we have that one on here. Full Art Gengar, yep, that's a big one. The Champion's Path, Charizard V, have that one too. Paradise Dragona, Alolan Executor, do not have that one on there, but made over $100 on that card, so don't have that one. Tag Team in a 10, have that one. Giratina in a 10. Starmie V in a 10, have that one. And then the Palkia. So right here, I mean, a lot of the cards that I pulled out are the ones that have the most value. So just looking at this section right here, in those 12 cards, we profited $2,465. So just in those 12 cards, we made over $2,000 profit. That's really, really, really good, guys. That is really, really, really good. So, I mean, take that for what it's worth right there. So we sent off 54 cards, and 12 of them made us a solid chunk of the pie, okay? Solid chunk of the pie. So now, I think I messed up my sum thing here, but let's go back down here and take a look at the total. So we have $2,400 in our head. So let's do no fill on this. So right here, I profited $2,982. $2,982 right here in the green. So there's so after the other 12 cards that I sent off, there's $400 profit to be made on all the other cards, which is kind of saying something, right? And that's what you got to do though. You got to send off a good chunk of cards, and there are going to be the ones that make you a ton of money, and then there's going to be the ones that you break even on or just make a little bit, right? But those 12 cards was totally worth the submission. And tons of other cards we made money on, but look at that. I mean, we made $6,700, cost us $2,800 to send to buy the cards, almost $900 in submission fees, or a 45% return. So we almost doubled our money. Came super close, super duper close to doubling our money at that 50% mark. So now let's look at the losers, okay? So now let's look at the percentages the opposite direction, okay? So we have our highest yield up top, and then down here is our biggest losers. And the losers aren't like hundreds of dollars, right? So we're looking at this column right here. Let's put it in red. And ooh, the red's gonna match the red. Just kidding. We'll put it to like to an orange here. That is $137 loss. So that's basically saying it cost me $21 to buy a card. You have to add in the $15 grading fee. $35 is what the card is worth in a slab, so we lost 2%. So our biggest loss was on the Detective Pikachu Charizard. Basically lost the grading fee on that one, which is okay. And we scroll up the list here. Sorry, I put the sum in my filter somehow. But let's redo this and have it sorted based on actual dollar value, not percentage here. Down here, so we have, I mean, a bunch of cards at 0, going all the way up here, and we have a bunch of cards at $100. So I mean, there's a bunch of cards in like the $30 range here that we made money on. A bunch of Gem Mint 10s down here in the middle. I mean, these are like the Full Art Skyla, Full Art Nessa, Hidden Fates cards, where I said the margin's not going to be massive, but you're still going to make money. Card like for this Hidden Fates Lucario right here, right? Costs $23 to buy the card, $15 to send it off. You're only going to get an $80 PSA 10, but it's still a $42 return. So you're still basically doubling your money after the grading fees, but there's just a little bit more risk in that one, right? Because if it got a 9, then it's worth $23 and you lose money. So there's a little bit of risk on that end, and that's just what you got to do. So all said and done, guys, looking at this Excel spreadsheet, like I took the time to do this for you because I wanted to just make it known that also for me, I guess mentally too, for the business, But still, it was worth $3,000 profit to send these 54 cards off. Again, the top 12 cards, we'll get onto this board real quick here again. We'll take a look at these just to end it on some beautiful goodness. The majority of these cards were the 12 cards that I called out. There may be like that Executor in the pile, but these cards right here were the money makers. All the other cards, a lot of them did make me a little bit of money. Some of them lost me money. That's okay, because right here is the bread and butter, and this is why I send it off. Could I have just sent these 12 cards off, or whatever cards are right here? I could have, right? But did I know that they were going to get the grades that they were going to get? No, I did not, right? So it's worth sending off, if you have the means, to send off a bunch more cards at that hope and an educated guess of getting higher grades. So that's my 2 cents on this, guys. I mean, let me know in the comments what you guys think about grading. Are you guys grading through PSA? Are you guys going through CGC, Beckett, other places? I just love PSA. I mean, I just trust them the most. They have the most street cred, in my opinion. I love the look of them. So unless there's a screaming deal on like CGC or something, I'm gonna grade through them. But PSA is my love. But leave that comment. Let me know if you guys are grading cards, who you guys are grading through, what you guys think about my return. Did I mess up somewhere on the financials that you want to call out? But leave a comment. Make sure to like the video, subscribe. But hey, if you made it to the end of this video, you are an absolute legend. Have a great night, weekend, whatever's for you. Peace.